Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. In the last part we got Yusuke to join our little group, and we've got to head back into Madarami's dungeon. But before we go back into Madarami's dungeon, this part is going to be all social link stuff pretty much. So we're going to be doing some social link stuff to tide it over. Sorry if you can hear the dog in the background. Fucking dogs. Anyway, this is basically the one of the books that you can read. This is about the alluring dancer Carmen. We've just finished that off. Ups Your Charm. That was related to Arn's persona. So we've finished another book off. Isn't that nice? Back to class. The golden ratio. I didn't know much about this to be honest, when I first played this game, about the golden ratio and all that kind of shit.
Give me an answer.
And what the Japanese ratio? What is the Japanese one?
This is it.
The silver. I don't know.
Precisely.
I had no idea about this. Okay then, so there you go. No idea. It is been. I do like these little sections though, just because it's kind of like I do learn stuff occasionally when going through these games.
I see.
A most roundish. Oh, what are you looking at me like? I love that from Morgana. Why are you looking at me like that? Self-referential humour. Or self-conscious kind of humour. I like that. So, yeah. Pretty much at this point we could go to finish off the dungeon now, but we're going to do some social link stuff. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to return our book, and we're going to get the next one out that we need. So the next book, which one are we getting next? Right, so we're getting the Gallant Rogue, which is Goemon. That is Yusuke's persona, so we're going to be reading up about him at some point.
Hey.
Okay, time to continue with Arn's social link, so let's get going on that. I thought Bum Bum will grow strong with Arn soon, so let's do that. And this basically has a new area for us to go to, which is Inokashina Park. Basically, I think this is primarily used for Arn, I think, as a location to take Arn, but you can take, pretty much once it's unlocked, you can take anybody there when you want to, hang out with someone to improve your social link rank. So it's kind of enough. It's kind of fucking hell. Sorry. It's kind of nice. And kind of cool that they kind of open new areas as you move on with the social links. I like it just as another reason to do it. Wow, that was rude. So she wants us to be mean to her for some reason. Can we stop yet? I don't think that's what it means, on, to be honest.
Yes.
Okay. Please listen. Don't be so mental. You're right. That isn't going to make your heart stronger by being able to take insults. I don't think that works that way, to be honest. yeah, this isn't anything. From what I remember, this isn't anything kind of. What's the word? Sinister. The fact that models are going missing. It's just.
Yeah.
We will meet somebody so far. We will meet somebody, I think, pretty soon who will. And it will become clear after we've met her. Yeah, I think this is pretty much a confirmation that. Well, I mean, it was kind of mentioned that Ann wasn't from Japan. This is kind of obvious by the blonde hair and blue eyes. But this is the first time I think it's mentioned that she actually comes from. That she's either spent a lot of sorry, it's the first time that a country is mentioned. That mentioned Finland here. That I don't know whether that's where she comes from. I don't think it's ever mentioned where she exactly was born. But yeah. So you can at least boil it down to the fact that she was probably born in Europe. I love this track. I keep saying this, I know, but the music in this game is so fucking good. So yeah, she just wants to get stronger, and that is at rank 3. And she also has she now knows follow up. Follow up is basically when you perform an attack on an enemy, she can basically, and if you knock them down, she can basically jump in and say, "I can do this." And follows up with like a really powerful, like exclusive attack to her, which can knock down the rest of the enemies. So it's pretty useful, but it's it's RNG. It's random as to whether it happens or not. So it's but it's nice to have. It's you want all your. It's another reason to max out as many social links as you possibly can. Can't remember what I'm meant to be doing here. Okay, I'm doing the house plant. By giving the plant nutrients, you get, I think, your kindness rank goes up. You get points for your on your kindness section. Let's talk to Sujiro. Basically, talk to Sujiro after an exam. After the first exam, he will give you some an accessory, the tough belt. From what I remember, oh, am I gonna look at it? There we go. It's not in equip. Accessory, Tom. There you go. Where is it? I didn't get this first playthrough, I don't think. Tough belt. Yeah, it basically increases your endurance by 5. It's not something I particularly need at the moment. So I don't, it's not something I particularly need. At this point, my endurance is pretty high. So, But it's nice to have, just in case you're having issues with, taking damage. So I think we're going to continue with more social links. I think, are we going to Arn again? I can't remember what I'm doing here. Okay. So basically this is somewhere you can go on Sundays. You can go to the vendor here and buy this drink and buy the juice of the day, basically. And it basically boosts your some of your stats. In this case, it boosts proficiency. So yeah, it's basically when Sunday, it's worth pretty much every Sunday really. It's worth going to have a look to see if there's a new juice at her bar over there. It's basically a quick way of increasing your attributes without having to do something which takes up a lot of time and that basically wastes time. So that's a good way to improve your you improve your attributes if you are, you know,
Hello?
particularly bothered about that. Anyway, we're here now with we're continuing Takemi's social link. And here she keeps getting basically so yeah, the girl that was brought there, who we met a few social links ago. Basically, she's been they've still been coming to her to try and find to get treatment from her, and she's not really sure why it's happening. And this is more background on kind of the little girl who was the main reason why Takemi lost her job at the thing. You know, the fact that there was a medical error apparently caused by she was blamed for it, even though it was the chief who actually did it. Little motherfucker. And so that's what she's basically trying to do. She's trying to find. That's basically what she's spending all the time on, trying to find a way. Sorry about that. Trying to find a way for her to, you know, to find a cure for this disease to save this little girl.
That's fine, I guess.
Please stop calling me a guinea pig. It's very demeaning. So yeah, so that's basically what we've been testing. Is we've been testing the effects, the side effects of this drug, so that it's not, you know, dangerous for consumption.
Hey.
Yeah, which is kind of sad, really. Yeah, so she needs our help. Oh, isn't that nice? She needs us. And we're moving on with Takemi. She's at rank 5, and so we've got more support items added to the inventory at the clinic. Basically adds new stuff. Not really useful in New Game Plus though, considering that, you know, I maxed out Takemi's social link, which means at the start of New Game Plus, everything is available as soon as you start Takemi's social link up in the New Game Plus, so that's kind of nice. And we've upped our guts a bit more. Are we going to rank up? No, of course not.
Bye.
Guts really took a long time. I guess I just didn't do a lot in my first playthrough.
Oh.
So yeah, now we can go to work at the beef bowl shop. This is one of the part-time jobs you can do, and you need to do this for a certain social link. That's for the Tora, the politician social link. To start that up, you have to go to a job. You have to work at the beef bowl place, and he will. And once you've done that, you will meet him here. Once you meet him here, at this place, then you can start up your social link with him. And this is what the beef bowl kind of... this is what the barbecue... Yeah, I think I got this right. This is basically what you have to do with the beef bowl place. You basically have to remember orders and get them in the correct order. The more correct orders you get, the more money you get. It's kind of not really useful once you're doing the dungeons though. It's why I don't really do the
Well then, I'll see you again.
sorry. It's why I don't really do the money quite so, you know why I don't really do the part-time job stuff quite so much in Persona games, because going through the dungeons you get enough money as it is, so I don't
Nice
need
job.
to. And we talked with Tora, so that means we can now start off his social link. And you actually get a decent amount of money if at the beef bowl shop, and it's at night, so it's actually pretty useful, because at night there isn't really a lot for you to do at night, and it also improves your proficiency. So it's the beef bowl shop is like one of the more useful part-time jobs to do, but it's also something that I don't. Like I said, the part-time jobs are not really that useful because of the fact that, at least not. Let me put it another way. I think once you've done the first dungeon, you don't really need to do the part-time jobs unless you really want to. Early on it's useful, but after that it kind of goes away. But after saying that, so Yusuke's coming up to us and saying we have to go.
True.
Basically, this is just basically like, if you say yes, then you're going straight after class no matter what at the end of the school day. If you click we have to prepare, that gives you the option to do other shit. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing other stuff. We've got more social links to look through. And more class shenanigans. Synesthesia. Yes, which I hadn't really heard of, apparently. Which I hadn't heard about up till this point. Synesthesis, what do they mean? It's together and senses, I think. So yeah, it's something that you're born with. Apparently musicians, like, yeah, they say like Liszt saw colours when he composed music.
Right.
I think he would actually tell people that as well. So like you would tell
I see.
like some of the players who were playing for him, he would like, more orange and stuff like that, and they were like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? So it's pretty interesting. But now we're going to start a new social link, and this was one I didn't do at all. In my original playthrough, which is Tora's social link, the speech-giving politician. The reason why you want to do his social link is because, quite simply, it helps with. He gives you perks which help with convincing shadows to join your group, making it easier to get new personas and stuff, which is really fucking useful. My apologies. So yeah. I don't really like, from what I've seen so far, because I haven't finished his social link yet, obviously. His social link is kind of interesting. It's kind of basically this down on his luck politician who basically did something. He used to be a member of this group, of this political party, and was caught doing something
Very well.
negative. He was caught doing something bad, something, what's the word I'm looking for?
Everyone.
He was caught doing something, it was something like embezzling money or something like that. And, you find out about this later. And basically he now has the reputation, now he's working as a, candidate, like a independent candidate in the election, and basically he's trying to get people he's trying to make speeches and trying to get people to side up with him, but he basically just keeps getting nowhere, and it's basically he keeps talking about and he keeps getting shit thrown at him, like he keeps getting called like no good Tora and that kind of thing. By the way, that party name is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, his thing is kind of like, whenever he gets shouted at, he kind of loses his cool, and so his thing is all about him trying to kind of keep his composure. Trying to keep his composure while at the same time not losing his mind. You know what I mean? Like trying to keep his composure while people are shouting shit at him. And that's kind of his whole thing. It's kind of an interesting social link to go through. You have my support.
Thank you.
I mean, here's a message about working together and kind of trying to do right by the young people in society. Is actually a good message, in my opinion. But, yeah, it's kind of a... So, yeah, there we go.
I shall see you again soon.
We don't start it here. We think you go to him and you basically get one speech out the way, and then you do this social link stuff. And then you start up your social link. But anyway, that's it for this part of Persona 5. Join me next time when I think we're going to be doing more social link stuff. But within the next couple of parts, we are going to start... we're going to be heading through Madarame's dungeon and finishing off Madarame's dungeon once and for all. So join me next time for the next part of Persona 5. See you next time.